I'd like to call this meeting of the Winnsboro City Council to order. I'd like to welcome you all here this evening that are visiting with us. Would ask this time you please turn your cell phones off or put them on silent. If the need arises to take a phone call, please step out in the lobby or outside so as not to interrupt the meeting as we go on. Our first item, I'll call the roll, starting to my right.
Foreman here.
Lori present. Thatcher here.
King here.
Hollowell present.
Let the record reflect a quorum of the City Council is present. Now we will go on to our next item, which is our invocation. Before we take our invocation at this time, I would like to take a moment to ask everyone to please remember the people in Kerr County and surrounding areas that have been affected by the flooding down there, the families that have lost loved ones, the children that perished in the event. And I would ask, do we have someone here to do our invocation today? Jim, if you would say a special prayer for those families. So if you would please stand.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you for this day and all your blessings to us, and we thank you for this opportunity to come together and discuss and deliberate the business of Winnsboro. We also want to remember all the people affected by the flood in the central part of Texas, and that you be with them and give them comfort and encouragement to stay with it and depend on you for a closer relationship with you. We just ask that you give us wisdom and knowledge we need to make the best decisions for the whole of Winnsboro. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. You join us for the pledges. To the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. To the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you. Okay, our next item on the agenda is item 4.1 commendations. Chief, I believe you have something you'd like to present.
A lot of times, our officers take a lot of ridicule. A lot of times, there's a lot of bad out there. But the one thing that we want to do is we want to celebrate the good. And that's what we are here tonight to do. We're here to honor one of our own who, at a time when it could have been easy to do the wrong thing, she did the right thing. I would ask Officer Danielle Carroll to come to the front. This letter was written and submitted by our city administrator. I am writing to formally commend you for an outstanding professionalism and exemplary demonstration of our city's core values of high character. During a recent event, your conduct during this event reflected the highest standards of police service and brought great credit to yourself and to our department. Your thoughtful and professional reminder to a fellow officer of our duty to uphold neutrality in the sensitive situation reflected your dedication to ethical conduct and impartiality. The following day, your composed and respectful handling of a challenging interaction concerning the same event further underscored your exceptional character. By standing your ground, articulating your position, and calmly maintaining professionalism under pressure, you embodied the core values we strive to uphold. Taken together, your actions highlight a deep understanding of your role as a representative of the Winnsboro Police Department and a steadfast dedication to doing what is right, even in challenging circumstances. Your conduct sets a powerful example for our entire team and reinforces the community's trust in our police force. Thank you, Officer Carroll, for your unwavering commitment to integrity and professionalism. Officers like you make our city proud. And as her chief, I am proud to say that I second this, and I would like to say that this is what we are striving for in the future, more of this, and we appreciate our officers stepping up and setting the example. Thank you so much.
I would like to add to what the chief stated, that yes, all too often, as I have for 17 years, I've worn the same badge. There's too much negativity out there towards police officers, and when the good is recognized, that brings credit to the department, to you, and to this city. So, Danielle, thank you for what you do. Okay, moving on to public comments. This is the time when the public may address the city council on any subject. The city council is prohibited from discussing issues which the public has not been given 72 hours notice. Those wishing to address items not already on the agenda may do so. However, the council shall refrain from all comment and may, at their discretion, refer the item for research, resolution, or a future agenda. Speakers must have signed in before the meeting is called and shall be given 3 minutes maximum to speak on any matters of concern. So we do have someone that registered prior to the meeting. Brian Smith with Winnsboro Pickleball. If you would come forward, state your name and full address for the record.
Brian Smith, Winnsboro Pickleball, 4475 East FM 852. I got 3 minutes. It's hard to follow that's for sure. But on a lighthearted note, I find after 3 years, or going on 3 years, I just wanted to come be in front of the city council and say thank you for your support. The community has just loved pickleball, and I just wanted to come and say thank you and show some slides. This was on the newspaper when it first started. Josh Finney and Steve Pinnell, we got okay from them to play in Rock Gym at 95 degrees in the summer. So we started in the Rock Gym, and just go ahead, I only have 3 minutes. So there's some fun, obviously. We have a really, just started out pretty much a slow group of people, and yep, just about every, and on hardwood floors, you put up a net, and we just started a little slower. Now this was, this gentleman started right, this was his first day, and now he is a pro pickleball player. He travels the country. His name is Ryan Murphy. Cindy, who helped with the EDC, helped with the lights and the nets at the new pickleball court. So she was instrumental to that. So people playing pickleball, those are the old courts. This is, you can keep going. These are the old courts. You can see we painted our old, that's Memorial Middle School. Stay here. We have a rewards program, so as people play, there's a shot called an Ernie, and you receive 10 Ernies, you can get an Ernie t-shirt free for just playing good pickleball. So most of those are
I have.
Civic Center, so we're playing in the Civic Center thanks to you all. They just love it in there, especially in the weather conditions. There's Ryan, kind of spiffed out there. Memorial. Those are all painted as well. And now there's CJ. So those are all painted as well, just like Lions Park. But they don't have any nets there. But we can bring our own nets, but it's really nice. People playing pickleball. Winning another rewards thing we could do is called the Wreath of Pickles. The Wreath of Pickles is what I go around and Trevor's won the Wreath of Pickles. And basically I just pick somebody out for that evening. And now there's so many people, I do two an evening. And so they take a picture with the Wreath of Pickles. That just means that you're playing good pickleball. Wreath of Pickles, might notice some people, yep. So people, she's from Pittsburgh, so now this is one thing that's happened since we've started this. When I started it, I could have played in Quitman, Mineola, Sulphur Springs, they all had pickleball going on when I first moved here in 3 years ago. And, but I didn't want to. I wanted something here for all of us, and because the sport was growing so fast. I had moved from Minnesota to Texas, and I started in Minnesota, and I wanted to bring that here. I forgot my notes, so I'm sorry. I'm winging it now. Yeah.
They use real pickles. So.
It's like so there's indoor balls and outdoor balls. Indoor balls have the bigger holes you can see on that wreath right there, and the outdoor balls have real small holes. A little softer indoors, harder outdoors. But the point is, I guess I just wanted to share with how much fun we're having. We started, like you saw the first couple of pictures, about 5-10 people showed up, and then ever since then, 2.5, 3 years, he comes from Emory, that gentleman. So there's Emory, Pittsburgh, Mount Pleasant, Quitman, Mineola, Sulphur Springs even, they all are coming down and playing at Winnsboro. And so it's really fun, and people really enjoy. She's from Mount Vernon. Yep. So we really enjoy the backing of the city council and what you guys have all done to let us play in the Civic Center when it's available. Money comes first, and whenever whenever it's rented, we understand that. So that's basically normal setup, and we take the nets down when we're done. Winning her Ernie T-shirt, Janet Hester, she used to be a tennis coach. There is Marilyn again.
That's all of it.
I think Trevor's in here.
No.
Maybe I was being. So those are the new courts. You can tell that's Lions Park, and you can tell by the new courts and the new nets. So that's really worked out really well. I created the banner. It's right there. So right now, you can all see we're almost 450 members in this pickleball group. So it's expanded from that 10 people that first showed up to now 450. And not all come. But I would say on usually Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, we usually have anywhere between 35 and 50 people per night. The rec group likes to play in more air-conditioned, and then the more competitive group, when it's cool, they have all the 8 courts, and they play outside. But anybody can play anywhere. I always try to make anybody's welcome, any level's welcome, and so we all had to play pickleball or started to play pickleball at some time. Stephen, you'll have to come play. So, yep. So thank you, City Council, for your backing of pickleball. So thank you.
It's the longest break.
No bribery, but we decided to give you a little.
Oh, wow.
So I was never getting Ernie's. I will say, it really is a lot of fun, and they are very, very welcoming to everyone that shows up to play. And of all levels.
Holly Park.
It's very humbling to get beat in pickleball by an 81-year-old and his brother, but it happens to the best of us. He was a beast.
All right, thank you. Okay.
Yeah, CJ gets Ernie's.
Okay.
I'm very
Moving
upset.
on.
Never get one.
That's not my Ernie shirt.
Section 6 are consent items. Council, you'll find in your packet the minutes from our June 10th meeting, finance reports, and staff reports. Is there any member of staff here that would like to add to their staff report? Okay, council, is there any questions from the council for staff on the reports?
Mr. Mayor, I move that the city council approve the consent items as presented.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second? I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion from the council? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Section 7, public hearing and ordinance resolutions or other items. Section 7.1, action on ordinance 1084-2025A1, amending sections 3.12.002, definitions, 3.12.005, fees, and 3.12.006, exemptions. And I believe Cassie wants to speak on this. I believe Cassie's going to speak on this.
Yes, I will. Pretty much the only things that we did was change some of the verbiage. There's a couple of line items that we did strike, which was, let me see, like under the exemptions, the owners or authorized agents may apply for an exemption of registration fee or fees of the building. We struck building has not been listed for sale. We struck the price within the 30% of the appraised value. Anything that lists a percentage or a dollar amount where we are trying to put a price rack on what an owner can charge or sell their property for, we were under advisory from our attorney to take that out. So that is what we did. Let's see. We did still keep, they can apply for an exemption if it has not been listed for sale for more than 24 months as defined in the subchapter. That's after taking out the price within the 130% of the appraised value. And then under the D, for the owners and owners or authorized agent may apply for an exemption to the registration fee of the appraised value as defined in the subchapter. We took out the 5%, and we later on also made the amendment to take out no more than the 1% as well, because that went along with telling somebody what they could lease their property for. Let's see. And then the rest of it is pretty much just trying to simplify the other verbiage in the ordinance.
Okay. Council, any questions? Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve action item 7.1. Do I have to read the whole thing?
I think I would just,
Just trying to be sneaky there. I move to approve ordinance 1084-2025A1, amending sections 3.12.002, definitions, 3.12.005, fees, 3.12.006, exemptions.
Have a motion, do I hear a second? Have a motion and a second, any further discussion from the council? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. Item 7.2, action on Economic Development Board composition. Mackenzie, you're up.
This recommendation is coming down from the EDC board. Their recommendation to you all is to, currently it says at least 2, no more than 3 city council members shall serve on the Economic Development Board. And their recommendation would be to amend that with the Secretary of State to limit it to 1 person only from the city council to serve on Economic Development Board.
Is there any logic behind that or any reasoning that we've been offered to that? Because the EDC has been composed that way for quite a few decades since it was incorporated. So why are we wanting to change this now? Did they give any reasoning behind it?
There was a training that was attended in which someone stood at the training and said that, in their opinion, members of the city council should never serve on an economic development board, and based on that information received at the training, that's kind of how the idea came about and what started the discussions.
So it was hear what you want to hear, but not really what's been practiced. Have we checked with other cities of our size, how they compose theirs?
I did do that. I attended an EDC training in Waco 6 months ago, and there were roughly 78 economic development directors in that training, and I sent a survey out to them that I created, asking that question exactly, just trying to determine what percentage of type B EDCs allow council to serve on the economic development board, and the majority was that they do.
Did they give any numbers, or was it just one, or what, did it vary, or?
So I asked specifically about mayor and council. That was a hot topic when we were discussing this at the EDC board, and so almost all of them said yes, they did allow their mayor and at least one council member.
Not that I'm looking to serve on another board, but, that's how that happens. Council, is there any questions or comments about this?
Um,
Personally, like 2 to 3.
I-
2 to me is the perfect number, one of which could be the mayor, but doesn't have to be the mayor, is the way I would like to see it.
I agree. I looked into a couple of other cities around us, and they all operate in the same with 2 to 3. But I think 2 is perfect on that because it helps to clear communication. It helps to make sure procedures are followed, and helps us when we're having a meeting here to have a good insight of what's going on and not just always having to rely on Mackenzie to relay those messages.
Jim? Good. I'm,
Last mayor was on EDC, and it was a woman, just saying.
So do we have to have any action, or do we need to move to not approve to amend the EDC's Articles of Incorporation bylaws?
For clarity, I would appreciate a motion to
Can do
deny the
that.
recommendation from the EDC board, leaving the articles of incorporation, be the bylaws as they are.
okay. With that, do I hear a motion on the item? I have a motion. Do I hear a second? I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion from the council? Hearing none. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries to deny the recommendation. Item 7.3, action on Economic Development Board class terminology. Does this run into 7.2, or is this something separate?
This came about because of 7.2 and reviewing the articles against the bylaws. There is some clarity needed in the language. The articles refer to the council member class, so with the vacancy of Andrea not rerunning, the question was, does the mayor qualify as council member class? So, and then on the bylaws, it says.
Councilman
city-
Borman, keep your opinions to yourself, please.
The bylaws say call it city class, so really what I'm looking for there is just some clarity to align the language in both documents,
I think it should say city class,
okay? And are we
with,
good?
if the council doesn't object to that.
Is that clear enough that that does include the mayor in every case?
Probably should include a definition that city class is defined as any member of the elected governing body or member of, well, it currently is city staff. That's the other thing that I would like for y'all to consider, whether or not you believe it's appropriate to have a member of staff serve on the economic development board. Okay.
My thought with the city staff thing is there's really only one city staff that would make sense to have on there, and we already have access to her expertise as it is. You know, and that's the financial director, which, you know, and to me, it overburdens the city staff anyway. I mean, do any of y'all want to be on EDC? I don't see any.
Skip.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have a problem with it, but I think it needs to be, either city council person or mayor, or both. either.
Elected official, it should be, I think it should say any, like you said, any elected member of the governing body of the city. That way it doesn't necessarily have to be the mayor. It could be 2 council members or the mayor and the council member.
Just say city class.
Would that prohibit anyone who was appointed to fill the remainder of an unexpired term? And is that something that you all want to consider?
Not if the person is an elected official. Now, if something happens to one of the council members and we have to appoint someone in, then they become an official. Not elected.
Yeah.
That's why I said
So if if
Do
you
we
leave
wanna
it
say
as,
elected or appointed? Or,
We'll just say a city council member and or mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
Okay.
that way it's just
Doesn't
absolute
matter how they got there, they had to be elected one way or another
Yeah.
to get
or
there.
appointed, yeah.
And not somebody from the city staff.
You know, you can just leave that out,
Leave
it's
that
not
out.
in there now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Holly. Mr. Mayor, make a motion that we, amend, I guess, to add the terminology of, any city council member or mayor as one of the spots on the EDC.
Have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion from the council? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes. Okay. Section 8, general discussion by council or staff. Council, do you have anything for general discussion you'd like to share this evening? Does staff have anything they'd like to share this evening?
I'm being advised by the city secretary that we need to amend the motion on 7.1 to include the amendments
Yeah,
after the posted ordinance.
Okay, so we will now go back to 7.1. I currently have a motion that we approve the ordinance amendments as posted that has been seconded. I need a motion to amend the,
Mr. Mayor, I move to amend my motion to approve ordinance number 1084-202581 with the following changes. That definitions shall list active listing in sections 3.12.006 regarding exemptions shall read.
as provided.
As provided.
Okay, I have an amended motion. Do I have a second? I have an amended motion and a second on the amendment. Any further discussion by the council? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Councilman King, does your original motion stand?
Yes.
Does your original second stand?
You just go on to the main motion now.
That's what I want. So, the original motion. So everybody still good with the original motion? To the original motion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. Holly,
It's a lot of reading.
you good now? Okay. So we'll go back to item 8. Any general discussion from the council or staff?
I just wanted to make a comment back to what police chief said earlier, and of course, we all agree on our police officers' conduct, but I also want to commend our city administrator for recognizing it
Yes.
and calling it out. You know, a lot of bosses wouldn't have recognized that, so.
Mayor, I would also like to, wish I had some behind, but I would also like to, just for the city council, I would like to formally thank the fire department and the assistant city council. A couple weeks ago, we had a disability person, and they came out with force and were able to help us, and just a couple hours in, we were able to locate this woman. She was dehydrated, so we gave medication to make her go to sleep, and locate her fairly quickly, and we had with that. That being said, I know that there are volunteer staff, but I just want to thank them publicly for coming out and assisting us.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, anything else? The next regular city council meeting will be held August 12th, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. All requests to be placed on the agenda must be completed and turned into the city hall no later than noon, 8 days prior to the scheduled meeting. And at this time, seeing no further business on our agenda, we stand adjourned at 5:59 p.m.
It's gonna take me a minute to get used to the gavel.